Hey guys, welcome back. The title of this video is going to be Bitcoin versus Elon Musk. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, right? Bitcoin versus Elon Musk. I've got a little bit of a bearish thought on that. I'm back in my intuition forest and I've kind of got a small gut feeling about what might happen, right? It's a little bit of a bearish thought, so bear with me a little bit. It might take a little bit to explain what this thought is. So, if you don't know much about Bitcoin, let me give you a little bit of background about it. In my opinion, Bitcoin is simply just a super expensive wealth ledger, okay? Blockchain technology is a ledger technology. It keeps track of which accounts, which private keys were transacted and how much was transacted between each party, okay? So it's a wealth ledger for the super wealthy and the legacy Bitcoin holders, the ones that started at $1, right? And now it's up to 100,000 a coin, right? And so this ledger, it's a speculative instrument. Its core technology is this decentralized cryptography, right? It decrypts the entire ledger, right? That's what all these Bitcoin miner computers are doing. They're verifying the ledger and making sure that this person owns this based on the transaction history, right? It's just a super expensive ledger, right? It's expensive because it takes computers and it takes energy to run those computers, okay? So that's how Bitcoin works, okay? Now, Bitcoin's been flying to the moon ever since Trump got elected, right? What did Trump do? Before the election, he went to like a Bitcoin conference and did a little speech, And to be honest, I really think all he cared about was getting voters, okay? He don't care about Bitcoin. Are you kidding me? He could care less about Bitcoin, right? Now, let's talk about Elon Musk, right? He's in the government now. He's part of DOGE, D-O-G-E, Department of Government Efficiency or whatever, right? He's walking in with his kid on his shoulders into meetings with senators, the president, whoever. Doesn't matter, right? This guy's walking in with clout. He's on cloud 9, okay? And Elon Musk, to be honest, I don't think he's a Bitcoin bull or a crypto bull, to be honest. Tesla's, they support Bitcoin. They bought some Bitcoin, right? But if you don't know much about Tesla, they sold their Bitcoin. What does that say? It says that Elon Musk doesn't care much about Bitcoin. I can tell you that right now. So again, let's come back to what Bitcoin is really used for, right? It's a ledger system for high net worth individuals, people who want to store their value somewhere. It's not for making transactions like currency. It shouldn't even be called cryptocurrency. It should be called really expensive ledger. That's what Bitcoin should be called, really expensive ledger, okay? So let's get back to that. The wealthy are using this ledger as a way of hedging against inflation. Let me say that again. They're using it as a way to hedge against inflation and the dilution of the dollar, okay? And how is the dollar diluted, right? How is the dollar diluted? Well, central banks and governments, they print money, okay? That previous video I did, when I did my little jingle about the economic cycle, print, spend, keep, right? Print, spend, keep. It's important in this conversation, okay? If the governments around the world stop printing, right, there's going to be less inflation and there's going to be less dilution on the dollar. And what do you think all those people, big money, wealth funds, sovereign wealth funds, hedge funds, money managers, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to start positioning out of Bitcoin when that happens. And what is Elon good at? He's good at efficiency. DOGE, right? Department of Government Efficiency. Do you really think that Elon Musk, the engineer who's landed rockets, who's got cars that drive themselves, who's got a bot rolling around, do you think that Elon Musk is going to fail at the Department of Government Efficiency? dude, you got to be kidding yourself, dude. Elon Musk, he's walking in with his kid on his shoulders, right? He's given these senators and congressmen ideas about how to cut the budget. He's going to come up with ways they never even thought of. Elon Musk is the engineer of our century, okay? If you don't think he can solve the government's problems, you're kidding yourself, okay? And so this conversation is really about bulls versus bears, about Bitcoin. What's going to happen, right? Let's just say maybe, over 4 years, Elon's going to be in the government for 4 years, right? Maybe they don't get to a balanced budget, right? They got to shave off $1.5 trillion off the budget. But let's just say they shave off $1 trillion. I think Elon could do that in 4 years. If they do that, you think Bitcoin's going to be flying to the moon? No, man, it's going to crater. It's going to crater back down to $30,000, $15,000, okay? Now, what's the percentage that this happens? It's probably like 0.5%. We all know the government, they don't get anything done, right? You think they're going to cut their spending? Probably not. I believe in Bitcoin in the long term, right? I mean, governments, they're dysfunctional, right? They're going to keep printing. Elon Musk, more power to you, man. If you can do it, great, I mean, there's going to be some short-term fallout from that. If he's able to accomplish what he wants, there's going to be some fallout. The economy is going to get messy, and I talked about this in a previous video about AI. There's going to be some short-term pain with AI. The economy is going to be messy, and if they cut the government by, let's say, 20%, it's going to get messy, and we're going to see some deflation if that happens, right? This isn't some scare video. This isn't some fright video. I'm talking about Bitcoin here, right? Are you a holder of Bitcoin? Are you a bull? I mean, I have a bullish tendency on Bitcoin. I think the long run, it's probably going to 1 million for sure, right? But in the short term, if Elon Musk rolls in there, he's not even in there yet. Donald Trump's not even in the office yet. He's got 4 years. You know how long that is for Elon Musk? 4 years is an eternity in his world, all right, in his world of tech. He's going to find ways to cut, right? He's going to use technology to cut. And dare I say, Elon Musk creates a coin for the government, right? If he creates a coin, dude, you can kiss Bitcoin goodbye. It's going to zero, all right? You better hope Elon Musk doesn't create a coin. You better hope Elon Musk says, hey, we better use Bitcoin as the standard, right? Now, if he does that, right, you're going to the moon. You're going to 1 million. You're going to 2 million a coin, right? You better hope he does that. But if he doesn't, and he cuts the government printing machine, the print machine that I've talked about, Bitcoin's going to crash. It's going to crater. We're going to get deflation. We're going to get a messy economy, right? There's going to be winners and losers. That's how it works, right? So I'm not going to tell you how to either buy, sell, or hold Bitcoin, but I don't know, if I had some Bitcoin and it's at 100K, I might trim that position a little bit, right? I might trim it and get back in at 30K or 50K, right? Let it sell off a little bit. Let it settle, right? It's all hype, right? It's not the part of the keep pile. Bitcoin is not part of the economic cycle of print, spend, keep. It's not. It's an isolated instrument that's used as a hedge against dilution of the dollar, okay? And if that dilution stops from Elon Musk, man, he can do it. Like, don't count Elon out. Never bet against Elon. It's almost like holding or buying Bitcoin right now is a bet against Elon Musk. Think about it, man. That's a bet against Elon Musk. You're betting against him and his Doge project. You're betting against him not being able to engineer his way out of government spending. He could do it. Like, again, I wasn't happy with this election. Like, I was kind of scared and didn't know what was going to happen. But as someone who kind of sits in the middle and I know Elon Musk. I've been a Tesla shareholder for 5 years. He could do it. Like, I'm kind of thinking he might do some crazy things and get things done for once. Like, maybe we get a balanced budget. Maybe we stop printing. Maybe those dollars you have in your wallet become worth more, or at least they're not worth less, right? That'd be nice. So just think about it, man. As a holder of an instrument, right? as a fellow holder of an instrument, right? I've never held Bitcoin. I did get burned by a Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, but a Voyager Digital, right? That company went bankrupt. It was a cryptocurrency trading company. But where am I going with that? I'm a holder of financial instruments, right? And you need to look at the bearish side and the bullish side, right? It's good to take insight from other people and get different ideas, right? I think about it all the time with my Tesla position. You know, Elon's rubbed the left the wrong way, right? There's a lot of potential buyers of Tesla that may not buy them anymore, right? I got to think about that as a Tesla holder. As a Bitcoin holder, you know, a lot of people are in their own little worlds of Bitcoin, like they think nothing can stop it, right? Well, I'll tell you what, Elon Musk, he can stop it. Just saying, man. He's not a super bull. He ain't talking about Bitcoin every day. He's not talking about all these coins every day. He's talking about other things. So just something to think about, you know. It's I just came up with this kind of weird, crazy concept in my head. Maybe it helps you, you know. Maybe this idea at least just gives you a little seed in your head, like, hey, you know, I need to pay attention to what's going on in the government. If spending really gets cut, you know, trim a little bit of that Bitcoin position, right? Pay attention to what's going on, you know. I know the news is real messy, it's noisy, right? There's a lot of politics involved, but this ain't about politics, right? It's about wealth, right? That transfer of wealth from people in the dollar over to Bitcoin, that could come back to the dollar. I'm not saying it's going to, right? Like I said, it's a tiny chance that might happen, right? Odds are they're going to keep printing money, right? And odds are Elon won't have much influence because he's not officially part of the government. He's a consultant, right? But don't count him out, man. He knows what he's doing. He's not stupid, okay? He lands rockets, like I said, man. Don't ever bet against Elon Musk. I wouldn't bet against him, right? I wouldn't be buying Bitcoin at 100K. That's just me, right? You do you, right? If you're really bullish on it, maybe you want to scale in, right? Small little nibbles. DCA into Bitcoin, right? It's going to fall again, dude. Bitcoin's a really volatile instrument. Again, it's all speculation. There's nothing behind it except for this expensive value, or this super expensive ledger system. That's really what's behind it. You know, it's a technology, right? It's not a company. It's not a group of humans compounding wealth from that, right? It's a hedge. So be aware of that. Anyways, hopefully this was educational for some people out there. You know, I'm sure there's more details of Bitcoin that I'm sure Michael Saylor would talk about all day. You can find videos on him and learn all about it. It's an interesting technology. And there's been a lot of talk about Michael Saylor too, about this whole Ponzi scheme, you know. Think about that. Like if he struggles and has to, you know, he's taking loans out to buy all this Bitcoin, right? If any of those loans have to come back from, you know, a margin perspective, if he gets margin called, dude, that's going to push it down, right? And then maybe you'll have your chance to get back in, right? You're going to have your chance to get back in. It's not going to keep going to the moon. Everything comes down, okay? Even Tesla. Tesla will come down too. Came down a little bit today. Anyways, I know this wasn't like a wealth building video. It's not really part of my channel. I don't want to talk about cryptocurrency. It's not my thing. You know, it's kind of fun to talk about. I understand it. It's cool technology. It's interesting. Anyways, so if you guys enjoyed this content, give me a like or subscribe, you know, hey, that'd be fun. And take a look at my previous video where I talked about my fourth move with holding Tesla. It's a pretty good one. So anyways, thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and have a great day. Thanks, bye.